have Doreen Muhereza. She is founder of an initiative called Heart Showers. She works with homes to assist young girls who have had to deal with crisis pregnancies, and she's here to tell us about what it's like working with these girls and what they go through. And we have a whole host of questions, so we'll allow her answer them. Welcome to the show, Doreen.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us.
It's great being here.
Yeah. So tell us about Heart Showers. When did it begin? What is it about?
Oh, Heart Showers is it's an initiative that reaches the teenage girls that are facing crisis pregnancy. And I came up with the idea in 2016 while I was pregnant, but it didn't materialize until 2017. It's really out of wanting to really reach that teenager in that space where they are confused, they are facing this thing, pregnancy, they don't even know how to count their months. They don't even know.
We talked about it, they just wait.
They wait.
Yes.
They know it's 9 months.
Yes, they don't even know what's going on with their bodies or what is going to happen thereafter.
Yeah.
They just know they are pregnant and they are so naive. So just to show them love, and first of all, but also to tell them that their dreams can still go on, even if they've met this roadblock. They can still pick up themselves and continue with life after that.
That's really, really nice of you, Doreen. It takes a special kind of heart to be that gap to be in the gap for somebody else. But my worry is that with initiatives like yours, with programs like yours, which are supposed to be helping and supporting teen mothers, don't you worry that you're kind of also sending a message that you're also supporting teen pregnancies? So Lucky Mbabazi of Capital FM had shared a tweet on social media about if we accept girls to stay in school while they're pregnant, won't that not become the new normal? That was her tweet. That tweet got so much backlash because they tried to view her like she was ignorant, like she didn't know what she was talking about, like she was not being supportive of the girl. And to be fair, I feel like the backlash was unwarranted. Because, okay, it's a double-edged sword. Yes. So I just want to get from you, Doreen, what your thoughts are on that. I understand what you're doing. I appreciate it because they do need that support. But also, don't you feel there's a wrong message that we are trying to,
I hear you, ladies, I hear you, and I really understand where Lucky is coming from. But we need to remember that they are teenagers. They are not women. They are still children. So if they are not guided even at that point, the repeat thing is you're about to see it, and it has actually happened. Because, my work has exposed me to so many of those kinds of women. Unfortunately, the ones that I reach out to are mostly coming from vulnerable places, and they don't know better. They've not been spoken to. They don't have sex education. The sex education they have is within themselves, and it can be so warped.
And when they're being educated by the one who is the perpetrator, is the one who is telling them what they are doing.
Exactly. But
wow. Like now you see what I'm doing. I'm giving you love. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. That's where love is.
I mean, we are laughing,
but it's not funny. But these things happen because he tells you, "Let me just put in the tip," and now we know it won't be the tip. At that age, you're thinking, "He's my friend." Just the tip. So I completely understand what you're saying. Some of the ideas are absolutely so warped that they end up.
But now in the question of Lucky's
All right,
tweet,
we have
some of the
Doreen
people were
Muhereza.
talking about.
She is founder of
the
an
boy child,
initiative
and I
called
remember,
Heart
you know, you
Showers.
said something
She
about
works
that.
with
You know,
homes
for me, the thing
young
was,
girls
this girl
who
is
have
in,
had to deal with
she's
crisis
pregnant and
pregnancies,
she's in school.
She's here to tell us about
Should-
what
should
it's
she be
like
going
working
to
with these
school?
girls. And
Like
what
she's
they
now
go
pregnant,
through.
she's going through
And
morning
we have a
sickness,
whole host of
she's
questions,
sleeping
so we'll
after
allow
lunch,
her
that
answer them.
laziness,
Welcome to the show,
she's
Doreen.
heavy, she's
Good to have you
wobbling,
with us.
school food is posher and beans, it's not healthy.
So tell us
I will
about
come before Doreen and I will say that, I will ask the question, why not? Our pregnancies, one, are different. They're all different. If somebody can tell you that I learned I was pregnant at 4 months, that means nothing much was happening in the 4 months. That means they can stay in school. If they fail, let them get out, but give them the opportunity. You know that in Uganda, it's illegal? In Uganda, actually, it's statutory. They don't let you stay in school.
The reason
But
that's
they
why
should.
it is illegal at that in that context is all laws are general.
Yeah,
Yet
but now
all
you're
laws
pregnant.
are general. They are based on an average person. All
Yes.
of us, this is a rule of law. So
Yes.
the law can't be there and say, okay, according
It's
to the
macro,
law,
it's
if
not
you are
micro.
Thank you
I
very
agree,
much. So,
yes.
so we can't use
But
that
we
as
can
an
debate.
example.
Laws are there to be amended. How
And
many
they can
laws
all
have been
be
amended in Uganda?
All of them can be amended.
How
no
many
problem
laws?
with that. But the question for me is
That can
me
they?
the way I was, the reason as to why I could go to work when I was pregnant was because I was an adult, like you said. I was a woman. I knew it was a responsibility. But I am a girl, a baby girl. I am 14 freaking years.
I'm also 17.
I'm
also 17.
Law. Hence, that's why
But it should be allowed because they
so
can.
now, if me, now
They
how will
can
you,
study.
Now, so we increase the number of cases that court has to start proving that for me I was ready at
No,
17.
time
There,
has
your
changed.
classmate is there sitting, she's throwing up, she is insisting she's okay. Even when it is 6 a.m., she is dying with morning sickness. Then she fails, then you come back and write a report unable to pass because I was pregnant. Please.
No, Manuela, for me, I think I hear Pumla.
hear
Let
her,
it be on her to fail, not the school to chase her away because she's pregnant. Let the stigma be on her of, I'm pregnant, but there are girls who are confident, I'm pregnant and I can do this. I can sit in that class and study. Like there are people who don't fall sick when they're pregnant. Like she will be kawa until the 9 months. Like me and the others.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Well, this whole debate about whether or not they should stay in school, we should also ask ourselves, are we empowering them if we take them out of school? Yeah. Are we? Because I know in Tanzania they've passed that law that girls that are pregnant should not stay in school. But it has not reduced the pregnancies.
Yeah. They've not dealt with the root cause.
Yeah, because there are issues that are underneath that we need to deal with as a society.
Yeah.
And that's why we were seeing reports, I think this week in Kamuli, teenage pregnancy has increased. But so most of the development workers are asking themselves, are we addressing the wrong things? Yes. Because there's been work done over the years, but is it really meeting the root cause of why the girls are getting pregnant?
Speaking of the root cause, I think that one of the things that we need to handle or address is the boy child, because a lot of focus is put on the girl.
Yeah.
She gets out of school, and that's why probably there was a lot of backlash with Lucky's tweet. So are there initiatives that you have heard about that are dealing directly with the boy child, just talking to him, I guess grooming from the word go, so that they are aware of the consequences and they are held accountable as well when things like this happen?
Yeah, that's. I think that's beginning to come up now. I know that organizations are now being challenged to not only run programs that are targeting girls, because where I work, we had this program that targets girls and it's empowering them and all. But then the same girls we are empowering are going to end up marrying the
boys who are unempowered
Not
and domesticated. All of us.
So we've had to actually revisit and do the program design again so that we can include the boys. And I've had also, I think I see some main mentors on across. So of course it's baby steps, but I think we need to embrace it all together. If we are to really get, we cannot just address the girls alone. and the boys alone, they all need to be addressed. Yeah, and also even parents need to come in, because some of the issues the girls face is just about parenting. Yeah. As parents, we need to do our part. We can't leave it up to the government. By the time it reaches the schools, that means there's something that's missing back home. Yeah.
But sometimes everything is fine. It's just that the children nowadays, kids are maturing faster.
Yeah.
You know, you look at a 15-year-old and she's womanly. You know. So before we address all these other mitigating factors, I think we need to go back and look at the way we are evolving. You know. But when it comes to school, one thing I do know with children, with dogs, sorry, they need order. You wake up at this time, you sleep at this time, you have X number of classes. So much as I absolutely agree with you, Manuela, because I remember with my third born, I had to take a dead year. But I was ready to go. You understand? But I had to take it. I had to have a dead year. That said, when it comes to school, much as you think you can be able to do something, that's why if you notice, we have uniforms at school. We have time schedules at school. So if you start saying that somebody can study until the point when they can't, or they study until the point when they show, I think it is best, because this is here. And it's here to stay. Yes, these children are maturing faster and they are seeing these things. So what can we do? Maybe we find ways to structure the education system to take in mind these ones who have to lag behind. And then, of course, you put a limit to it. Yes. You say for the first child, you will be given a chance to come back to school. For the second, it's a done deal. Otherwise, you'll be having these children coming back. You go to the UK, a 12-year-old is having a baby. Reason being, I can stay out of school and I get paid to have a child. That's the mentality. Meaning our bodies are growing fast, but the way we think is still, you know, the same. So, as you said, we need to handle that. That needs handling.
You talked about parenting and us being involved, and maybe the question then comes to what age and when and how should this discussion happen? Envelopes versus consequences, a movie. How should we help our children learn early about sex so they have this sex education right from?
Can I maybe start answering that? She's more knowledgeable. I'll say this right from the start. I had my children really young, but I swear it had nothing to do with my raising, the way I was raised. Everything that a parent is supposed to do, my parents did. So when we are answering this question, we should remember that there are some awesome parents who just had naughty children.
Actually, I don't think we should even bring the awesome parents. I think they're just children who are naughty, that regardless of the situation, whether they had awesome or non-awesome parents.
And they say that all the time, Angie, you're naughty, you were naughty, and my classmates say that. But when I look at my babies,
you're like, naughty brought this.
I will say, naughty all
in everything that we do, I've always told people that our bodies, they say our bodies are our temples, and we should, we should worship them. And I'll always tell people, for me, it has always been a flat thing at home. As soon as my child we can have a conversation, we can talk. That's when I start. And I've noticed that you can spread appropriately. You start the conversation. For me, it was 3 years old. This is a private part. This is a public part. Know your private parts. Nobody should touch this part. If anyone does, come to mom. We've already started the birds and the bees talk at 3 years old, as early as 3 years old. And I'll tell you what happens. Every year, my child knows something new, something else, he comes with a question. And if you become the go-to person for those questions, it's everything. They will keep asking. They will keep coming and asking.
You're raising a boy.
Yes, and I'm raising a boy.
With my boys, we had wet dreams, we had what? I say be gentle with the girls and everything. funny enough, when it comes to my daughter, because I know what the way the world is going to be, occasionally when she was younger, you know, of course I talk to her, but I still want her to enjoy being, so she will zoom from the toilet. She's forgotten her towel. And then you'll find her sleeping with her papa, and it's just there. Or in her brother's bed, she's fallen asleep. So with girls, you introduce it, but you have to be mindful that her entire adult life, she's going to be like this. That's women. That's what we are supposed to. We are supposed to.
The time that she can.
Being a child.
I see. You know, like now she starts trying to put on a towel. And my heart, I'm like, that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life. So just breathe. Wow. You know.
Children are inquisitive. There's a certain age when they are touching each other's parts.
Yes.
Or you have a child who is suckling their finger, they touch themselves, and they are finding enjoyment to the point that they can even orgasm. Yes. Really? So yes, I've seen children masturbate at 2 years. Yes. It can. So at that point, you're saving the child because they've already gone past. They're doing adult things
but they don't know it.
Exactly.
In that case, yes.
But now you see, in that case, it has already happened. So you want to be like you had said, be the first person to introduce that concept and the topic such that you're always the first person they ask.
Yeah, but the example you have given might not be correct. Reason being, I was a thumb suckler. When you touch, it has nothing. It has no sexual orientation to it. Soothing. It soothes. It comes.
Soothing. It comes, but then it comes also with.
Yes, but now that is where the parent comes in. You understand? Because you're the first, by the time a child is sucking their thumb, they're young. When they start engaging in that, you shift.
Exactly my point. Yes. That's when you're actually now starting to have that conversation. That's what I'm saying.
How you have this conversation with a 6-month baby?
No, the 6 months is not yet there.
Because
those ones are like 1 year, 1.5.
I'm telling you that when you have a person who sucks their thumb, we suck our thumbs from the day from inside. Yes. When they come out, when they find their hand, right, their thumb, they go to that place. My place used to be this.
My daughter's place is a bed sheet or a cloth.
Or they now if their thing is to that place, you move them.
Yes,
you move at a young age.
Education. That's your sex education.
That means we start earlier than we know.
It's true. As long as they find that part.
That is education in it.
You start educating.
Remove
You're
not removing this one.
You remove this one.
You remove one. Yes.
And you find ways of telling, express. No, you don't remove.
No.
Okay. You understand?
Yes.
Because you still want them to be the child, so you just take. Until they are older, that's when you start to say, but that one is not, it's a private part. Have you ever seen a child sucking in public? That they are on their thing? All of us know it's innocent, but we are like,
it looks good.
This is not you understand? So you can say, no. You've never. But
even I have never.
Well, my son used to do it.
You would touch his
as he stopped. Of course we've kept once in a while.
Do that. A child would even used to throw on a suka, but the child would be in there. The suka would fall off the mother. But you even fear to take your kids out.
Exactly. But you see, the beauty with children is that when you start early.
Yes,
you don't even have to smack or whatever. You start early.
You
shifting.
They get you.
They move.
What has your experience been with the girls that you've been working with?
With the girls, it's so funny, you guys. These girls are really young. The first time we went to Akisa, one of the girls' homes, which has some girls that have undergoing, for young girls. One of them shared that she was told that she can have sex, and if she drinks a big Ofono or a soda, she won't get pregnant. It will bring out the. So that's the level we are dealing with. So
a boy lied to her this, or
course.
Even your friends, of course.
Yes. That's why you want to be the first person to say.
Because the boy only lies to you, I'll put the tip. That's the only lie Bambi he gives.
And so,
Then it is your friends who start telling you, take chloroquine, take Coca-Cola, sit in a basin of Coke, it will come out.
So that's when it dawned on me that they are really young, and that's when we started doing more than just going to do the baby showers. We also now go to certain schools that we've been linked up with, and we just have that talk about sex, about menstruation, about other things.
You're going to the grassroots.
Yes, so that.
But I also think parents need to be equipped on how to have these conversations with their children, because I still feel like that parent should be the first person to speak to their child about sex.
Some of them have parents and they are doing it. Others don't. Like it was, I learned of a girl that was drugged at a party, at a house party. They were fellow kids at that house party. They drugged her and she woke up the next morning and
Not knowing she had sex.
And
That's bad.
and then the parents had to bring her, because Wakisa Homes does more than just giving them a home. They counsel them, they talk to them, they give them activities to do, because some of them are raped by people that are in the homes that you trust, everyday people. So the issues surrounding crisis pregnancy are more than just being naughty. And
Do you think contraceptives would be a good... I mean, because there's a big elephant in the room. These, with pregnancy, boys get away with it. They're going through the same stress because they're scared, but it's not growing in their belly. So now, what happens? Do you think that would be a good option? I know you don't be feeling...
No, I'm feeling you, but let me even answer before. I'm sorry that our guest today has really suffered. But it's not about the other thing. Teenage, it's not okay. If it's a crisis pregnancy, you're raped, blah, 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 yes, it's but by the time you're thinking of contraception, you're taking in that thing to prevent, because you're going to have sex with your boyfriend, then that's where it gets, it becomes wrong. And that's why I think schools are closing, so that there is a form of regret. If I get pregnant, I can't go to school. Maybe what we can now say is, the one who got you pregnant, also you sit at home and provide for this girl this money, so that
but how can you
profit
if you're both the same age?
Even the teacher is removed from that.
But what if it's their age mate?
All of them go, so there's a certain form of
I understand.
As a consequence.
There needs to be a
boy should
consequence
also take
to
responsibility.
this.
So he takes, gets out and comes back later.
So,
with her, they find a way of, they all find a way of raising,
surviving
all the consequences.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will still insist whether it's important to accept. I know it's.
And we are over normalizing the thing.
I
It's
know
not
we are not.
That girl is not. She doesn't have even the hormones that allow.
It's okay.
It is not okay, but it is here.
Evolution. Her evolution.
I'm saying.
Should not evolve like that.
But it is happening.
My children's things. You wait.
because you see,
Doreen, is this something that you do? Is this something that you
give contraception?
Is this part of your agenda?
No.
Guys, I'm not saying that it should even be part of it, but I'm saying that at the end of the day, this thing is here.
It's actually
so
here.
we can sit and put our heads in the ground and look like ostriches, or we can find something, do something about
I
it.
hear schools are putting paraffin in food to kill the sex urge. But now, you people, you're
Really?
not
Okay, no, I'm saying that's not
yes,
cool.
paraffin. When we close. Okay, we close.
Oh wow, what a topic. What a topic, what a topic, what a topic. You know, there's these sensitive topics that we all have different views and we all have different opinions and different positions, and they're good. It gets you thinking. Yeah. Thank you so much, Doreen, for this. You've been at Atmos, you've suffered through this show because but we've learned, and we're really grateful for you and what you're doing for teenagers going through crisis pregnancies. Kudos to you, hats off to you. I would like to learn more about this whole program that you're doing. The message is clear. Teenage pregnancy is, yes, it is a concern and it should not be happening. We should be doing our part. one, as parents, and two, in our communities, to ensure that, one, we speak to our children. Let them come from a point of information. And it is let's do our role as parents, as mothers, as fathers, as uncles, as grandparents, everyone. It takes a village. Let's raise these children. So let them know as early and as appropriately as possible. Keaton, be the person your child comes to ask the questions. Engage them. When they come, don't be like our parents who would chase us away. You know, they don't even give you a chance. They'll say, Natwali Zamuli, what are you talking? You know, be the person that they come to. And when they ask you the question, find a way to answer them accurately, be honest, but also appropriately for their age. And we do hope, and in the event, now see, this is the other side. In the event that it does happen, you know, it's happened. The situation is already dire as it is. Don't make it worse. Don't exacerbate that situation. So much can happen. Your child can die. At least you have a child. Your child's still there. Your child can get depressed. They can die. Help them. Take them to a guide. When you learn about it, take the right steps. Educate them in that place, and then ensure they go back to school. Don't let your children drop out of school over things as little as this. So come emotionally support them. Don't encourage it, but when it does happen, support. You have a part to play, parents. You have a really big role to play. Thank you so much again for tuning in. When we come back, we are going to listen to a personal story, a heavy personal story from a lady who had her children as young as 16.